Just want to start by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you brothers of the elect that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. No, I'm going to start with the scripture, Revelations chapter 12, no, Slakia. Revelations chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that leadeth into captivity, captivity meaning being in the state of a prisoner, being a prisoner, aka bondage or slavery. You know what I'm saying? Shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. You know what I'm saying? What's the sword? The sword would be the weaponry, the military might. You know what I'm saying? The guns. Now, who's the he? You know what I'm saying? The he would be the so-called white man. The so-called white man is the one that used the sword. You know what I'm saying? So it says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. You know what I'm saying? So this is bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? He led us into captivity. So-called white man led us into captivity. You know what I'm saying? And it was ordained by the Most High and the Son to be so. You know what I'm saying? He led us into captivity. He led us into bondage, slavery. You know what I'm saying? He led us into being a prisoner. You know what I'm saying? Now, in the near future, it's going to be his turn to go into captivity. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. It only makes sense for him to go into slavery because he had put us into slavery. And not only did he put us into captivity, which means slavery, but he put us in slavery unjustly. You know what I'm saying? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So he killed us with the sword. He used all types of wicked he done all type of wickedness on our people. You know what I'm saying? He fed us the gators. You know what I'm saying? The alligators. He fed our children to alligators. You know what I'm saying? He hung us and he left us overnight. You're supposed to take us down when the sun goes down. You're supposed to take us down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He worked us until our hands dropped off. You know what I'm saying? He had no mercy on our people. And he had all that he had military might, you know what I'm saying? He had the guns, you know what I'm saying, the weaponry to take us down. All right, I'm gonna read on. Let me see. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come unto you having great wrath, because he knows that he hath but a short time. So the so-called white man, that that's the devil. You know what I'm saying? The devil will be the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? Devil meaning deceiver. He knoweth that he hath but a short time. He knows about the scriptures. He knows in the scriptures it says that he's going to be in slavery. He's going to be in captivity in the near future. You know what I'm saying? He knows that the elites of the so-called white man, that being biblically being the Edomites, they know they're going into slavery in the near future. So they're trying to push forth their agenda. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to put forth that agenda of putting the MOTB into play. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that they only have but a short time. So they're gonna be really pressing down on these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans because they know that they have but a short time. The short time being that they know their time is coming up, their kingdom is about to go down in flames, you know, by thermonuclear fires. You know what I'm saying? That's that time that's gonna run out soon. Their time is gonna run out short. It's running short, and they have to push forth their plans, but it's gonna ultimately fail. The plan is gonna fail. You know what I'm saying? Based on prophecy. You know what I'm saying? We're living a big movie, essentially. All right. Let me see. Let me get Romans chapter 9, verse. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Romans 9, chapter Romans chapter 9, verse 12. It was said unto her, the elders shall serve the younger. You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man being the older brother, you know what I'm saying? Jacob being the younger brother. You know what I'm saying? It is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High and the Son hates the Edomites. They hate the so-called white man. No, but they love Jacob. We're their beloved sons. You know what I'm saying? We're the beloved nation of the Most High and the Son. And the so-called white man in the next kingdom to come is going to serve us. He's going to serve his younger brother. You know what I'm saying? Because technically Esau is the firstborn, but he gave up his birthright. He's going to serve the younger. He's going to serve Israel, the nation of Israel. Nation of Israel is going to be the future rulers of the kingdom to come. You know what I'm saying? We're never going to be taken down. We're going to rule in all eternity. All right. All right. Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. So his words, so the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. You know what I'm saying? He tells you that everything's gonna be all right. He tells you that hey, you take this, that, and the third, it's going to benefit you. It's for your benefit. But what he doesn't tell you his ulterior motives. There's always a catch behind the things that he say, and it's always for the betterment of himself, and it's always for the downfall of yourself. So it says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. The stuff that he says it benefits you, but war was in his heart. That's his ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? He has that would be part of the agenda, the system. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that hurt you. You know what I'm saying? The devices of Satan. You know what I'm saying? Devices meaning a plan or an agenda. Now I'll give you an example. The 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 jab. You know what I'm saying? The needle. That was supposed to quote unquote help people. That was supposed to be in the benefit. That was supposed to be beneficial for the people. So says the so-called white man. But in reality, people are actually dropping dead from that. You know what I'm saying? But the elect are not gonna be we're not gonna be ignorant of his devices. Like I said, the plans, his devices being the plans. You know what I'm saying? The needle is one of his plans. You know what I'm saying? That's one of his wicked devices that he tries to push on the people. You know what I'm saying? The elect is not going to be deceived by that. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they drawn swords. So every time that he speaks smooth, he always speaks for the betterment of mankind, quote unquote, say it by his own words, but he drawn swords. Everything that he's done, he's always has an evil intention behind it. And evil meaning bad times. He only knoweth but to kill, steal, and destroy. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere that he's been, he's always he's still things. Every place that he's been, he's dropped bombs there. You know what I'm saying? He's dropped bombs down there. He's always committed murder because this man doesn't kill, he murders. All right. Psalms chapter 10. You go to, let me see. Is it Psalms? Oh, it's not Psalms. Let me see. It's Isaiah. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yep. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and and that write grievously which they have prescribed. You know what I'm saying? A decree meaning an order that was passed out. You know what I'm saying? That order being these laws, these unrighteous laws. You know what I'm saying? Examples of that being legalizing same-sex marriage. You know what I'm saying? Legalizing abortion, being able giving these women the abilities to murder the children, to murder people, living human, quote unquote, human beings. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that being a human, you would have to have melanin, you know, and that right grievously, which they have prescribed. So these, the so-called white man is a wicked. He's a wicked. He is the wicked. You know what I'm saying? He's the wicked. So he has no he has no place in the kingdom to come. He only has a place in the next kingdom to be a slave, because he brought nothing but death and destruction to society. Even this society, even his own kingdom. This kingdom is full of death, filth, and this and putting your all your time in this place could consume you. Could be consumed. It could destroy you, because there's nothing that's righteous in this kingdom. All right, let me go ahead. I'm gonna go to the Apocrypha. Let me get Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. All right. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So you're not supposed to trust the so-called white man or the other nations. These are your enemies. You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man in this context right here, never trust thine enemy. Never trust the so-called white man. Never trust this man. Because it like iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So he's gonna, if you were to package shit into a nice box and cover it up, it's still shit inside. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much rust, regardless of how much things you put over it, it always will come back. You know what I'm saying? It always shows forth. So the so-called white man's filth, you know what I'm saying, that's being covered up by his smooth words, is ultimately going to show itself. You know what I'm saying? All the filth that he tried to push on the people is gonna come to light. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come from that darkness. It's gonna come to the know. People are gonna be aware of the so-called white man's wickedness. You know what I'm saying? That he's pushing, because his wickedness is like iron that rusteth. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna eventually show itself. It's gonna eventually come to the light. And with that, I just wanted to make that quick lesson. Shalom.